Hey guys, welcome. It is Yepa, Shamanic Practitioner, raising the vibrations across the nation. Welcome again. Come on in. Please make sure that you subscribe so that way you can receive notification as to when the video does upload, and also when I do decide to go live here as well. Alright. Welcome to the full moon in Aquarius energy. More festivities to add on top of everything else that's going on collectively. Okay, so this is going to be a full moon in Aquarius reading, okay, for all elements. Okay, all elements. So the time, not the timestamps, but the elements and where the reading does start is going to be in the comment section. So make sure that you check that out. I do recommend that you check into your sun, moon, rising sign, and Lilith. I work with Lilith. So with that being said, I'm about to start incorporating Lilith. So if you know your Lilith placements, then make sure that you go check out that element as well. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and dive on in. We're going to start off with the earth signs. Okay, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. What is in store for you guys during this full moon in Aquarius? Okay, tap me into the collective here, Divine Spirit. This is going to be for my earth signs. My earth signs. What's in store for them during this full moon in Aquarius? Okay, what's in store for them during this full moon in Aquarius for my earth signs? Okay, let's go ahead and tap on it. I'm going to shuffle 3 times for my earth signs. Full moon in Aquarius. What do they need to know during this full moon in Aquarius for my earth signs? For my earth signs, full moon in Aquarius, what do they need to know? For my earth signs, full moon in Aquarius, what do they need to know? This is a general reading, and this is a prophecy reading as well. Alright, this is the first day of the full moon in Aquarius, so let the reading cook, okay? But this is a prophecy reading, so let's go ahead and tap on in. Overall energy here, we do have creativity, security, motherly, and abundance, okay? So for many of my earth signs here, during this full moon in Aquarius, you're going to be really tapped into your creativity, okay? So really tap into that as well, because for many of you, you have some creative ideas that can be lucrative for you, financially lucrative, okay? For others that's already in that era where you are tapping into your creative talents to receive some type of financial gain, there is going to be an abundance that's going to be coming your way during this full moon in Aquarius here. For some of you, if your mother is still here in the physical world, there could be a situation going on during this full moon in Aquarius pertaining to a mother figure. For many of you, there's going to be a lot of healing that motherly energy, healing the mommy wounds, okay, as well. All right. I see more security that's going to be coming in for my earth signs during this full moon in Aquarius. So let's go ahead and continue, Divine Spirit. What's in store for my earth signs during this full moon in Aquarius? What's in store for my earth signs during this full moon in Aquarius energy here? So again, we got family. So family is definitely going to be very significant here for many of my earth signs. You may be spending more time with family. There could be some healing surrounding family dynamics that's going to be taking place here as well. Okay, it's something that I'm seeing here also. All right, what's in store for my earth signs during this full moon in Aquarius? My earth signs, what's in store for them? We do have snake. So for some of you, you have a snake in the family, okay? And I definitely feel here this could definitely be a feminine energy for many of you, okay? For some of you, this could definitely be a mother figure. But for others, this is not a mother figure. This is definitely someone else in your family energy here as well, okay? This can also be, I just heard, somebody's perception as well. So this, for some of you, this may not be the case, right? This may not literally be that there is a family member that is a snake. That could be your perception on how you see that particular person here. So I definitely feel like during this full moon in Aquarius here, there's definitely going to be some truths that's going to be revealed to you pertaining to aspects of family dynamics, okay? You know, you may notice or begin to see who are the real snakes in your family. And then for others, you are going to be seeing that what you thought was a snake in your family is literally not a snake, okay? It's literally not a snake. This have a lot to do with maybe some of the wounds or the traumas and the things from the past that you're dealing with, but wasn't aware of that on a subconscious level, okay? What's in store for my earth signs here for this full moon in Aquarius? For my earth signs, what's in store for them? All right, we do have completion. So you're wrapping some shit up during this full moon in Aquarius, okay? It says that you are being nudged to finish what you start. Completion will unlock opportunities and life lessons for you. So like I said, some of you have been seeing a lot of 999 or the number 9, okay? For some of you, you could definitely be Virgos. For others, there could definitely be a Virgo family member that is a snake, okay? Or you see a Virgo family member as a snake, but it's not limited to, okay? Some of you could be born in 1999. Could be significant here as well, but you're definitely closing out some cycles here during this full moon in Aquarius here. For many of my earth signs, if you have been working on something during this full moon in Aquarius, don't stop. You are meant to keep going, okay? You are being asked to stay in tune with your commitments during this time frame, okay? Because you're going to complete something. You're going to get to the goal that you want to be. And that's going to unlock a lot of opportunities for you. That's going to create that abundance that's available to you as well, okay? I definitely feel like for many of my earth signs here, when it comes to discord within your family dynamics that you may go through or experience during this full moon in Aquarius, there's definitely lessons in the experience that you're going to go through, okay? So try to understand the lessons behind the things that you experience, okay? What's in store for my earth signs during this full moon in Aquarius? What's in store for my earth signs, okay? So we do have here the Six of Pentacles. So for many of you, there is an increase of financial gain. There could be a second income for others as well here. I feel like you could feel more generous during this full moon in Aquarius, or other people are going to feel more generous towards you as well, okay? I do feel here balance is going to be restored here during this full moon in Aquarius for many of my earth signs here. In some areas of your life, for many, there's going to be balance restored within a family dynamic, okay? For others, there's balance that's going to be restored in your financial situation as well, okay? It's something that I'm seeing here also, all right? Be careful during this full moon in Aquarius on like that borrowing type, can I get this and I'll pay you back type of thing here as well. Utilize your discernment, okay? We do have here the Three of Cups here. So for my earth signs during this full moon in Aquarius, there's definitely some type of celebration party, some type of event that's coming up for you guys during this time frame here as well. Again, pertaining to a Virgo person, but for others it's not a Virgo person. There's some type of celebratory energy that's coming up here. For some of you, you're going to go to some type of event. You're going to go to some type of outing, and you're going to run into your op. You're going to run into your op. You're going to run into somebody that snaked you in the past. For some of you as well, okay? For some of you, this could be a family member that you haven't saw in a while, but y'all had bad blood, and you didn't know this family member was coming. For others, this is just, again, finally just noticing that, again, hey, I know this person, or I had some issues with this person, and that's not going to be for all. But I do see, again, outside of the celebratory energy here during this time for many of my earth signs here, there is definitely good news that's going to be coming your way during this full moon in Aquarius also here as well, okay? I feel like for many of my earth signs, if you have been in a place where, you know, maybe your friends got things going on, but you've been in a financial bind, so you really couldn't kind of like kick it the way you want to, you know, I definitely feel that you're going to have the financial means to go out and to enjoy yourself. So during this full moon in Aquarius, whether it's with friends or whether it's by yourself here, you are being told to get out and treat yourself, to reward yourself during this full moon in Aquarius here as well. For others, as I was speaking about that, Spirit laid something else on my mind. Give me a second here. Let me see if I can recall it here. For some of you, okay, during this full moon in Aquarius, the Spirit is going to reveal to you that there's someone that's close to you, whether this person is a family member, whether this person is a friend or an associate or an acquaintance, okay? There could be someone that's around you that is a snake. And during this full moon in Aquarius, the universe is going to reveal this person to you. Okay? All right, and what's in store for my earth signs during this, what's in store for my earth signs during this full moon in Aquarius? What's in store for my earth signs? Okay, we do have here crossroads. So during this full moon in Aquarius, my earth signs, you definitely want to be at a crossroad in some areas of your life, feeling very indecisive. There could be some type of major decision that you could be trying to make pertaining to your finances, pertaining to a legal situation as well, for some of you here. For others, again, this could be just an indecisiveness in some area of your life. Okay, it could be in any area of your life. It says here, your angels are urging you to make important changes. Consider the options that are before you. I definitely feel, look at that, 45, a lot of nines here. Whomever this person is, though, for my earth signs, they are definitely a karmic, all right? Or they've been through some karmic, toxic ass shit in their life, okay? So it's giving me monkey see, monkey do type of vibes, or the apple don't fall too far from the tree type of vibes. If you know, you know, right? But getting back to this here, you guys are definitely closing out some cycles here, and there is definitely some new beginnings here for sure. With any major decisions or any decisions that you do need to make during this full moon in Aquarius here, just definitely look at things from different perspectives here as well. I don't feel like this is a time to be hasty in making your decisions. This is a time that you do need to take your time to think things through thoroughly. We do have the snake here, so it is acknowledging, you know, you bust the wrong move, you fuck around and find out, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, come at your decisions in a balanced energy, in a balanced state. Okay, and let me get one card here for my earth signs, and we're going to close out on what's in store for my earth signs during this full moon in Aquarius. What's in store for my earth signs here? We do have here the Six of Swords. So many of my earth signs here, you're definitely going through a transitional period here as well. Spiritual baths during this full moon in Aquarius is being advised for you at this time frame. There could be some travel for some, okay, that's going to be taking place, thoughts of travel, or planning some type of travel during this full moon in Aquarius. I also see, though, this full moon in Aquarius, you moving past the adversity. So if you've really been dealing with a lot of challenges here, I feel like things are going to start slowly but surely easing up as well. Okay, we do have the number 66 here as well. We got the Six of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. So I definitely feel during this full moon in Aquarius, practice self-love, practice self-care. Okay, making yourself a priority. For many of you, your love life could definitely be where the crossroads could come up. Again, make sure that you go to my No Lies Just Love channel, where I talk nothing but love. Okay, so you can find out what's the tea in your situation. But yeah, what else am I picking up? Balance, just balance. Balance is going to be very important to exercise, balancing your mental state and balance physically as well. All right, my earth signs, I'm sending love your way. Enjoy this full moon in Aquarius, and until next time, Ashe. Hey guys, welcome. We now are about to tap into the element of air. Okay, my air signs, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising Divine Spirit. We're going to tap into my air signs during this full moon in Libra for my air signs here. Okay, my air signs here. All right, got a bonus message here. All right, we're going to keep these bonus messages out. I think Spirit is ready to speak with this deck. Divine Spirit, it's going to be for my air signs, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Lilith energy here. Divine Spirit, full moon in Aquarius, what's in store for them? All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the bonus cards before I get into this here. We got stay healthy. All right, guys. So during this is going to be kind of like your overall energy here. There is going to be another overall energy in a moment, but we do have stay healthy. So for my air signs here, during this full moon in Aquarius, try to stay healthy. Make sure, I'm constantly seeing hand sanitizer here as well. So washing your hands, hand sanitizer is definitely important in some shape or form. But again, for others, you know, taking taking your vitamins, eating well, honoring your body, listening to your body, exercising, things of that nature, okay? Try to stay healthy during this full moon in Aquarius here. And then you also have don't give up. So your spirit team is wanting you guys not to give up, Aquarius, during this full moon in Aquarius, okay? What did I just say? Yeah, y'all being told not to give up during this full moon in Aquarius. It sounds like I said Aquarius another. Never mind. Okay. What's going on, Aquarius? Why I keep saying Aquarius? So Aquarius is heavy, okay? I know I'm talking about the full moon in Aquarius, but let's digress. I feel first and foremost, Aquarius, grounded. Needing to get grounded. You guys have a lot going on right now. I feel like, okay, got to do this, got to take care of this, got to do this, got to do this. You do need to work on grounding during this full moon in Aquarius. All right, my air signs, what's in store for them during this full moon in Aquarius? For my air signs, what's in store for them during this full moon in Aquarius? For my air signs, what's in store for them during this full moon in Aquarius? And final shuffle for my air signs. What's in store for them during this full moon in Aquarius? Final shuffle. All right, overall energy here, we have do not worry, okay? Do not worry. So we have don't and do not. There is something that you guys are not supposed to be doing during this full moon in Aquarius. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to even come up, okay? For some of you, you already know what you're not supposed to be doing. So during this full moon in Aquarius, if your gut feeling telling you don't do it, then listen to it, okay? Because I feel like your spirit team is going to be talking to you guys, and it's important that you listen during this full moon in Aquarius. So I feel like for many of my air signs, your clairaudience and your claircognizance abilities is going to be extremely heightened as well, okay? But for my Aquarius, they don't want you to worry. Try not to worry. I know that's easier said than done, you know, because you're looking at your circumstances, situation like, fuck you mean, you know, but it's like, try not to worry, okay? Because I feel like what I'm seeing here for my air signs, like your stress and your worry, your stress levels, okay? Your stress levels has the ability to weaken your immune system. And fear, I just heard fear as well, which is a part of worry, can weaken your immune system and allow you to be more susceptible to catching viruses, colds, things of that nature. So definitely be mindful with that, okay? Try to keep your mental health good so your physical health can stay in alignment as well. Let's go ahead and tap on in for my air signs. What's in store for them during this full moon in Aquarius? For my air signs, all right, we do have expansion, all right? So there is growth coming in during this full moon in Aquarius, okay? Expansion, whether this is in your bank account, whether this is in your skills, whether this is in your talents, whether this is in your business, whether this is in your career. If there is expansion, there is growth that's available to you as well. It says your angels are encouraging you to expand your comfort zone and to motivate, inspire others. So just know with this expansion, you guys are inspiring other people, okay? Even if other people don't give you your flowers, okay? They are aware that you are expanding, okay? Others, you're going to be receiving a lot of recognition, okay, in your growth. And again, whether this is something material or whether it's just a growth within yourself, there is expansion that's happening for you, okay? For many of you, this expansion is coming because Spirit is pushing you out of your comfort zone. Has been pushing you out of your comfort zone and still is pushing you out of your comfort zone. So that's why the circumstances have to be a little bit uncomfortable for you right now for Spirit to have to push you out of your comfort zone, because if it was comfortable, you would never leave it. So that's why Spirit is acknowledging, don't give up. Okay, we needed you to be in these uncomfortable circumstances so that we can give you the necessary push and you can feed off of that energy and push your damn self, right, to get out of your comfort zone. But know that this is going to open up to expansion. So in the meantime, right, while you're still working on getting to that level of expansion, don't worry and don't give up, okay? Stay healthy, all right? All right, what's in store for my air signs on this full moon in Aquarius? Air signs. So we do have here the 5 of Wands. Now with expansion comes haters. Okay, with expansion comes haters. But don't worry about them. Haters. Haters helping your growth. I was trying to find a nice way to say it. Haters helping your growth. The haters help you to expand. Whether it's expanding in yourself, whether it's expanding in your work, whether it's expanding in your talent. Okay? So just be mindful about that. But again, Spirit said that's lightweight. Okay? You just keep doing what you're doing. Like I said, for some, you're going to be getting that recognition. Like, you're doing great. I see you growing. I see you glowing. I see you changing this. I see you making this move. You're doing a great job. And you got others that's going to watch, but don't say shit. Okay? But again, that doesn't mean that you give up. That doesn't mean that you start questioning yourself. Don't you worry. For others, it's not about haters, okay? For many of you, it's are, because we're in that season. La 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 la. Okay? But with the Five of Wands here as well, for some of you, you know, if this is a situation where this is going to be expansion in your work, expansion if you have your own business here, it could be very competitive as well. It could definitely be very competitive, right? But or maybe you're in a competitive field, is what I heard. You could be in a competitive field, but it's like you're still going to outshine the competition, okay? For others, okay, during this full moon in Aquarius here, there is going to be an argument, a disagreement, a misunderstanding, some words being said. Hopefully this is not, but for some of you, throwing blows, okay? Keep your hands to yourself, love and light, all right? But you can't save everybody. So with that being said, you know what I'm saying? There could be some internal conflict that you guys are going to be going through, or going to be experiencing during this full moon in Aquarius. If this is inner conflict, understand that whatever inner conflict that is brewing within you at this particular time is coming to the surface, because it's time to get rid of the source of the conflict, right? So that you can be available and receptive to the level of expansion that's getting ready to come into areas of your life. For some of you during this full moon in Aquarius, you cut motherfuckers off. Well, you may have a big crowd, but you're about to bring it back down. Okay? That may not be for all, but that may be for some. Okay? What's in store for my air signs during this full moon in Aquarius energy here? We're going to take this card here. We got goals here. All right, so for many of my Aquarius, for many of you guys, okay, for many of my air signs here, you really kind of focus on your goals during this full moon in Aquarius. You focus on your bag, you focus on your future, you focus on the next best step for you, okay? And there is a strong focus. I feel like for many of you, you're ready to get down and rumble and fight if you have to. Not literally now. Metaphorically, right? You may have to kind of like, you know, put on your battle gear, you know, and it's kind of like for many of you, you're ready to get grimy if you got to, in order to get to where it is that you need to be. I don't mean grimy in a way where you are hurting people, sabotaging people. No, I'm not talking about that type of shit. You ain't gonna get nowhere with that. I'm talking about just sometimes there's an internal battle, right? Where you have to get in the field with yourself. You get what I'm saying? You got to get in the field with yourself. Like, listen, I'm not going to keep having you talk to me like that, okay? We ain't about to do this. This is something that I want, and I'm not going to let your little voice, right, stop me from what the hell I'm trying to achieve. You know, that's the scope that I'm talking about, all right? That inner dialogue, that self-talk, the battle within yourself, you know, to get to where you want to be. That's for some of you. But again, for many of you, you really focus on your goals here. For some of you, there's a spiritual expansion in your knowledge, spiritual expansion, confirmation in your wisdom here as well. For many of you, you've been seeing like maybe 777 a lot, or hearing that number come up as well, or seeing the number 7 here as well. It says that you are being assisted with reigniting your passion for your goals, and trust, faith will be restored. Luck is on your side. So for during this time frame, right, no matter what you're up against, keep going. Okay, like they said, don't give up no matter what you're up against. Because I feel like for some of you, the devil always get busy when you get ready to get close to the top. When you get ready to reach that motherfucking blessing. You know what I'm saying? That unlimited amount of blessing, right? The devil gets busy. So you are meant to keep having faith, to trust in yourself, to trust in your ideas, to trust in the action steps that you take towards your goals. And know that luck is on the other side of this battle, of this fear, okay, of this confrontation, whatever that this may be here as well. For others here, and it could be for everyone, but just kind of roll with me here. You know, you've been battling some things. You've been up against some things, and you may be still coming into this full moon in Aquarius up against some obstacles here. And as you've been up against these obstacles, as you've been out here fighting for your life, right, in circumstances, not literally, metaphorically, hopefully you ain't fighting for your life in real life, but you know what I'm saying, like life be life, right? So if you've been fighting for your life here, you may have lost that spark. You know what I'm saying? The shit is real. You know, you may have lost that spark. But during this full moon in Aquarius, for those, you're getting that spark back. And it's kind of like a timeline shift. Like, you in one type of low vibrational energy because life is life. And, you know, you're fighting battles right now. And then it's like you just hop into this energy of, I remember who the fuck I was and the game changed. Just like that. Just like that. Okay? Now, anxiety. Alright, so full moon, during this full moon in Aquarius here, my air signs, there's definitely going to be heightened anxiety here as well. Okay? Restlessness for some of you as well. Okay? For others, very extremely fatigued, like tired, like it just don't seem like it's enough sleep. Okay, you may get confirmation, you may get a nice amount of hours in, but it still doesn't feel that way. For some of you, you're going to be feeling the effects like waking up with a butterfly feeling or anxious energy in your stomach as well. That's your nerves. Okay, you know, that internal battle, right? All right, what's in store for my air signs during this full moon in Aquarius? What's in store for my air signs? We do have the Three of Swords here. So again, I definitely see that for many of my air signs, you're going to be severing ties with someone. You're going to be pulling back your energy. You're going to be setting some major boundaries. You're going to be loving from a distance here, okay? For others, this is not about a person. This is you cutting out that sadness. You're cutting out that heartache. You're like, okay, I got to come out this energy. You know, this energy that I've been in is creating a lot of anxiety for me. I cannot give up on myself. I cannot do this. I can't give up on me. I can't give up on my children. I can't give up on my mom. I can't give up on my guy, my girl, whomever. You know, sometimes you got to find something to hold on to that light for those that resonates with, okay? So again, it's like, no, I'm coming out of there, you know. And if you are struggling with that, spirituality or diving into your religion right now is what's going to help you, okay, to kind of get up out that place here. So I definitely feel that there's going to be times of grief, times of sadness. Tears are going to be shed during this full moon in Aquarius. Allow that shit to come out. Allow that shit to come out. Allow that shit to come out. You ain't weak. You ain't no punk. You know what I'm saying? You're not weak. You're not a punk. You just been strong for too long. Release that shit. Don't hold that shit in. Because after you release, that's where you're going to readjust your crown and remember who the fuck you was. It's at that moment. Okay? For some of you, this could definitely be where there is going to be like a breakup or, you know, a separation. For some of you guys, a divorce here as well. Okay? I feel like for some of my air signs, battling something with your health. Okay? So again, be mindful of that. Alright, what's in store for my air signs on this full moon in Aquarius? And we have here the King of Cups. So there's going to be a male person for many of you guys that's going to be significant as well. If you're in a romantic relationship during this full moon in Aquarius, this person could really be focused on getting things in order, getting things in alignment here. They could be trying to figure out, you know, how they're going to bring in more financial gain, or, you know, they could be working more on their faith as well. The way that they start talking could be starting to change as well. You could start noticing some changes within this person here as well, okay, because there's something spiritual that's going on with this person, whether they're going through the dark night of the souls, whether they're going through a spiritual awakening here, okay. For others, I do see, again, there is going to be maybe an argument, disagreement within a romantic relationship. You guys giving each other space, but it's going to end up bringing you guys back together as one, okay. For others, I'm just seeing a growth in your love life here as well. For those that's even single, I don't want to kind of get too much about that in this particular channel, but I do have to put it out. For others, there's going to be a male also around you during this full moon in Aquarius here that's definitely going to be dealing with some anxiety as well. They're dealing with a lot of healing right now. They're up against some battles in areas of their life as well, so pay attention to the divine masculine, okay. I could be speaking to a divine masculine right now that, again, during this full moon in Aquarius, these are the energies that you're going to be battling. These are the energies that you're going to be up against, but just know there is light at the end of the tunnel, whether I'm talking to the divine masculine or the divine feminine. Do not give up, okay. Let's go ahead and get one final card here for my air signs, okay, divine spirit. One final message here for my air signs during this full moon in Aquarius, for my air signs, okay. You do have here self-care. Alright, so for my air signs, heavy on the self-care here during this full moon in Aquarius here, okay. I definitely feel like getting near some water, spiritual showers, spiritual baths could be beneficial for you as well. Just getting out in nature here as well. I also feel like solitude, you know, even if you are in a connection, giving yourself some you time as well, just to kind of be with self also here. All right, but self-care, it says you are being called to take time out for yourself, to tune in with your body, your desires, and your feelings. So get in tune with your emotions. Understand that in this lifetime, our emotions is our GPS system. Same way you type in your GPS to figure out how to get to point A to point B, your emotions is guiding you, but you have to be still to listen to them, okay? So allow yourself that space, okay? Don't get stuck, though. Don't get stuck in heavy emotions. Honor it. Okay, acknowledge it, honor it, feel it, understand it, dissect it, and get rid of it. Okay, because it no longer serves you where you're getting ready to go. Only the wisdom from the experience is what's going to serve you moving forward. Okay, all right, my air signs, send the love your way. Have a blessed full moon of Aquarius. Until next time, Ashe. All right, my fire signs, come on in. Fire signs, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Lilith placements here. Come on in, all right? Let's go ahead and see what's in store for you during this full moon in Aquarius for my fire signs. My fire signs, divine spirit, okay? This bonus cards for you guys. I think spirit is ready to speak here. Alright, divine spirit, for my fire signs, full moon in Aquarius. Okay, give me a second here. Alright, so you guys, let's go ahead and get started here. You had two bonus cards to flip out, okay, as a part of your overall energy message here. We have 111222. It says, don't ignore these signs. So for some of you, or many of you, during this full moon in Aquarius, you're definitely going to be receiving a lot of signs and synchronicities, okay? Those numbers that you're seeing and you asking yourself, like, ooh, I caught that number. I wonder, do it mean something? Yep, it do. Okay, you need to look it up. All right, and you also need to, you know, match the message with what you read versus what you're going through. That's how you're going to know which message resonates with you, because there's so many there are so many meanings, right, for one synchronicity. Again, it may not be just 111 or 222, right? Signs can come in as omens as well. Omens is through nature. So with that being said, just pay attention to the signs, because your spirit team is definitely going to be communicating with you. I'm also seeing here as well for many of my fire signs, working with your crystals during this full moon. Yeah, this full moon in Aquarius here. I'm seeing clear quartz, working heavily with that. Light blue or blue crystals is something that I'm seeing here as well, okay? Or like, you know, this off-white type of crystal is something that I'm seeing here, could be beneficial for you as well. So you do have Temper. So your spirit guides, okay, are definitely around trying to get your attention here as well during this full moon in Aquarius. Strong Sagittarius energy here as well. Some of you guys have Lilith, has Sagittarius in your Lilith placements, okay? But during this full moon in Aquarius here is definitely, you guys are going to be receiving a lot of guidance, a lot of downloads, okay? So journaling, writing things down, put them in your phone notes, okay? Don't try to make sense of it right then and there if it doesn't make sense. Start trusting yourself more, trusting your feeling that you have when you're receiving these downloads as well. Stop thinking so hard about it, thinking like, oh my God, am I talking to myself? If you guys would just listen to yourself a little bit more and stop kind of downplaying yourself, you will really see how much insight that you're really getting. But I know that that requires practice here, okay? So that's significant in some shape or form. For some of my fire signs, there's something in the month of during this full moon in Aquarius here that you need to practice more of, or get in a habit of, or maybe even start some type of routine for yourself during this full moon in Aquarius here. But again, for my fire signs, balance is going to be very important. Doing things in moderation as well, okay? Not tipping the scales too much, not pouring more into one thing and not pouring into another as well. But I also feel for my fire signs during this full moon in Aquarius, it's time to get your feet wet. Like, don't feel afraid to do something a little bit different or be a little bit spontaneous, okay? Add a little splash in your life, okay, during this full moon in Aquarius. All right, so let's go ahead and tap on in for my fire signs, divine spirit. Full moon in Aquarius. For my fire signs, full moon in Aquarius. For my fire signs, full moon in Aquarius. Final shuffle for my fire signs during this full moon in Aquarius. Final shuffle. All right. All right, overall energy here. All right, we got agony, loss, pain, sorrow, mourning, grief, despair, disappointment. Okay. All right, coming out here. So this could also be another reason why you're receiving a lot of signs here, because of some heartache and pain that your guys are going to be experiencing, have probably already been experiencing, and you're just kind of coming into this full moon in Aquarius with residual energy here, and it's like, you know, these emotions is being healed during this full moon in Aquarius here. So healing is very uncomfortable. I mean, it's definitely not peaches and cream. The destination is beautiful as fuck, you know, but the process of it, you know, is taunting, right? So it's kind of like your spirit team is around you more. They're comforting you. They're trying to let you know, like, hey, pick your head up, baby boy. Pick your head up, baby girl. It's going to be all right. I'm right here with you. You're going to make it through. You know, so pay attention to the signs. Look into research. You know, look up, you know, what these signs mean here as well. So there's going to be heavy healing that's going to be happening right now to kind of like get rid of this grief and this heaviness. For some of my fire signs, you could definitely sinus will flare up during this full moon in Aquarius, or if you suffer from migraines, okay, as well, you may experience maybe more frequent of those. My fire signs, you do need to drink more water during this full moon in Aquarius here. So let's go ahead and tap on in. What's in store for my fire signs during this full moon in Aquarius? So I don't make this up. We got health here. You may also have air in your chart, sun, moon, horizon as well. You could be an air sign because health came up as well. Probably earth too, I don't know, but definitely air. But we do have health coming up here for my fire signs, so you definitely want to be mindful with your health, your mental health, okay, your emotional health, and also your physical health. Because, you know, if your mental and your emotional health is constantly challenged or constantly under her survival mode, or constantly under fight or flight mode on a consistent basis, is going to definitely impact your physical, okay? So for some of you, you may kind of be going through that during this full moon in Aquarius, okay? We got 555, so there's definitely some change, something type of shakeup, okay? You know, fives can also be, of course, change and transformation. It can also be challenge here. But it normally becomes a challenge when we're refusing to change. All right, but there is some type of shakeup that's coming. For some of you, there's a shakeup that's going to be coming in your health. For others, this could be a shakeup in, I just heard, like a health of a family member. Okay, as well. So for some of you, you know, when I'm seeing elderly or the older people. So for my fire signs, keep a close eye on the elderly. Okay, you know, at this time, check in with them. Okay, you know, don't become, you know, freaking them out and shit. You know, but just be observant. All right, is what I want to say. And this could also, again, just be observant to yourself, because something about your health is coming up. And again, balance and doing things in moderation is also going to help that mental, emotional self, and also the physical here, especially for those, I'm also seeing for those that suffer from, you know, illnesses as well. You could have some flare-ups here also. Okay, many of you know, I deal with, you know, chronic pain, fibromyalgia. So for the fact that I even shared that with, many of you may know, but for the newcomers here, you know, that's pretty much an autoimmune, okay, issue. So for those that, I'm saying this for a reason, I guess. So for those that struggle with autoimmune diseases, fibromyalgia, chronic pain, chronic fatigue, lupus, things of that nature, hopefully there's not a flare-up, but some of you may experience that as well. So again, just be mindful with your health overall, okay? It says that you are being urged to commit to improving your overall health. Consider healthier habits, and also what does it say? It don't say no also. I'm making this shit up. It says doing so will avoid future consequences. So red, no, alert. There's a big warning here for my fire signs, okay? Whether again it's pertaining to you or it's pertaining to someone that is elderly here, there is some concerns here. It's kind of like for some of you, there's this energy where you really need to stop fucking playing. You need to stop playing about your health, okay? You need to stop postponing things about your health, because Spirit is saying, now is the time to get serious. Do we have to scare you a little bit? Do we have to scare you in order for you to get your shits together? We don't want to have to do that. So we are saying, if you know that you've been talking about getting your health in order, making some changes, then you need to start doing that, okay? To avoid, you know, it's kind of like Spirit wants you to be proactive so that you don't have to be reactive. Being reactive after you're diagnosed with something, you know. For others, again, for others, I feel like that's dealing with like pre-existing health issues. There is a need for you to consider more healthier habits. So maybe during this full moon, you're going to be looking at your diet. You're going to be making some changes. You're going to be incorporating vitamins. You're going to be cutting back on certain things as well, okay? So again, whether you have an autoimmune disease or any type of, just in health in general, I feel like that's going to be a focus for the collective. I just went down a rabbit hole, but y'all got me. Y'all understand what I'm saying, okay? All right, let's keep going. For my fire signs, full moon and Aquarius, what's in store? Going at it alone, listen to your inner wisdom, okay? So, some of you guys have been fighting, you know, some of you guys have been going through some health issues where other people really don't know nothing about. That could have been why I shared that. Like, many of you know, but for my newcomers, you don't know. And it's not anything, you know, that, you know, I done made it through worse, okay? Like, I shouldn't even be sitting here today, but God, okay? That's all I'm gonna say, but God. But anywho, some of you are battling, you know, certain health conditions alone, you know what I'm saying? Yes, for some of you, is you literally battling them alone. For others, you have a network, but they may still not understand, you know what I'm saying? That may just resonate with some. But I do feel during this full moon in Aquarius, guys, you may be wanting to kind of spend some time with yourself, okay? You could definitely be in this energy where you feel like you are doing things alone, and maybe you literally are doing them alone. You are being asked to really listen, to your inner knowing, because there's a lot of wisdom. If your spirit guides is around you, if your spirit team is around you, right? Beings that ain't never been to this earth, right? High elevated beings, and also beings that have once lived this earth, that's coming down and dropping gems pertaining to your life. You need to listen. And listening cannot sometimes be around a lot of people. You got to kind of be with self. Okay, so you may find yourself in that energy here as well. Okay, my fire signs, full moon in Aquarius, what's in store here? Your spirit says, seek peace and tranquility in your life. Time for inner reflection. Divine guides have been sending you messages, and you can weather any storm. I do want to say that for my fire signs, there is some type of tower that's kind of coming in here. All right, this tower is going to be different for everyone. Okay, but know that you can weather any storm. For others, okay, you've been through your tower. You've been through your tower. And during this full moon in Aquarius, you're dealing with the motherfucking side effects, okay? That's my favorite word. I forgot who say that. What's her name? I almost had it too. I used to love a comedian. With the short hair. But anywho, I can't think of a name though. But many of you done been through the storm. So now you're just dealing with the side effects, right? So now you're trying to kind of like get it together. Woosah your energies, you know, seek your peace, seek your tranquility, still go through this reflection, because you're still going through it, but you're coming out of it at the same time, right? So, you know, it's going to be different for everybody. All right, Divine Spirit, for my fire signs, I'm not going to take that. Thank you. For my fire signs during this full moon in Aquarius, my fire signs, we do have here the Two of Pentacles, decisions, right? So you're definitely going to be weighing some decisions here. For some of you, there could be like two things going on with your health, or two significant things that's going to be transpiring pertaining to your health. This could be two people that's going to have health issues, whether it's yourself and someone else, or two people that you are aware of as well, okay? For many of my fire signs here, you are very tapped in to the other side. You have one foot in the spiritual and you have one foot in the earthly plane. So the veil is very thin here for my fire signs. So that's another reason why spirit is really, you know, getting accessible to you during this time frame as well. Okay. For those who have mediumship abilities, your mediumship abilities during this full moon in Aquarius could be heightened as well, okay? I feel like many of you, though, are going to be trying to weigh your options here as well, kind of going back and forth in a decision. This decision could definitely be pertaining to physical, financial, your home life, your sense of self, okay? My fire signs, what's in store? Okay, it came back out the King of Swords. So there could be a male person here. All right, there could be a male person that could be going through some type of health issue during this particular full moon in Aquarius here. Okay, or if you are a divine masculine here as well. I do want to say, my fire signs, with this energy of reflection and seeking your tranquility, you know, and wanting to be the self, wanting to reflect, make sure that don't turn into isolation and become depression. Make sure that you have that balance, because if you don't, you will fall into the deep end. Okay? Many of you have a history of depression. Shit, the whole world is diagnosed with depression. The whole damn world is diagnosed with anxiety. You know, back in the day when I was coming up, it was very rare for depression and anxiety. You know, everybody got this shit because life be doing too damn much, right? So with that being said, right, we kind of have that history, right, of going there, right? And so spirit wants you to be mindful. We're about seeking the peace, not diving deep into the deep end, okay? So balancing your mental and your emotional state. I also feel during this full moon in Aquarius, you're being asked to think logically. Take your time to think things through thoroughly here as well. For many of you, there is a male spirit guide on the other side. There is a male ancestor that's been on the other side for a very long time that is now able to be your spirit guide, or has been your spirit guide because they've been on the other side for such a long time, okay? I'm hearing Virgo here could be significant for someone. All right, divine spirit, my fire signs, full moon in Aquarius, what's in store for my fire signs? We have distinction. Okay, that's the key. Discernment, distinction. Okay, OMG. Discernment and distinction. Okay, that's the key here. All right, being able to distinct, like, okay, it's okay for me to feel sad. Oh, it's okay for me to go within. Okay, it's okay for me to indulge a little bit in food but not do the most. You know what I'm saying? Those type of things, right? It also says that your angels are reminding you your exquisiteness. It says, I don't even know if that's a word. I don't even know if I said it correctly, but yeah, it is a word today, okay? So exquisiteness, okay? It says there is no one like you. It says you are meant to stand out and be the best that you can be. So my fire signs, okay? Your angels are wanting you to know that you are awesome. You are unique. You are fantastic just the way that you are. Okay? For some of you guys, this is not for all. For some of you, though, getting serious, you know, and sending a lot of love to you. You've been battling some depression for a while. And I feel that the depression that you had never was really balanced out. And it's like now you got other shit on top of it. You know what I'm saying? On top of the, you know, the depression, it just seems to be a lot. So if you do feel that you're getting weighed down and you really feel like you're struggling to kind of pull yourself up out of this space, then you are being asked to go get the help that you need. Okay, but getting back, right, to hyping you guys up, you are unique, you are amazing, you are one of a kind here. You're meant to stand out here. Okay, meant to stand out. So that means that if you're meant to stand out, you have to know that you're not meant for everyone and you're not going to always receive the love. I don't know why I felt the need to say that, but that's significant for someone. You know, when you're meant to stand out, right? Sometimes it comes with perks. Sometimes it don't come with perks. Okay? So it's like being comfortable with whatever side that comes from you standing out. You get what I'm saying? I'm speaking to somebody. All right? And again, during this full moon in Aquarius, just be the best that you can be. Do the best that you can do. That's all you can. You know what I'm saying? But make sure you put in there that effort as well. All right. Final message here for my fire signs. Full moon in Aquarius. Final message here for my fire signs. All right. We have alignment here. All right, so during this full moon in Aquarius here, Spirit is definitely bringing things into alignment. For some of you, it may not feel that way, but that's what's really happening. And you guys are going to be starting off on a clean slate, okay? A clean slate, a brand new beginning, a brand new beginning, okay? You know, to bring you in alignment, sometimes it hurts a little bit, right? But the universe wants you to know that the universe got your back. It says being one with the universe is a reminder that you are the creator of your own destiny. Okay? So the universe wants you to know, hey, I got your back. I'm bringing things into alignment. But I also feel for some of you, it's like really needing to know that you really are the creator of your own destiny. Like, if you would have told me this back in the day, in my unspiritual self, but still spiritual self, I would have probably told you, get the hell out of my face. Talking that crazy stuff. No bull. But my evolved self is fully aware. I see. There's truth in that. You can't create your own destiny. You can't create your own destiny. So don't let life and life's bullshit, this 3D shit, these 3D ties that we got, that's pretty much all a fucking illusion. Don't let that shit get the best of you. Okay? Because you can rise above whatever the circumstances is that's going on around you. But with help with the universe too. Don't forget to always include God. Don't forget to include your team. All right, because yeah, you guys some of you been doing shit for so long. Yeah, you know, there's a God, there's your team, but you don't sometimes look for them to help you out. You still trying to figure out how I'm gonna make a way. You know, so yeah. So that does complete your insight, my fire signs. Send a love your way. Until next time, Ashe. Hey, my water signs, come on in, come on in. Come on in, water signs. Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Lilith energy. Come on in. I'm going to go ahead and see what's going on with you, what you need to know during this beautiful full moon in Aquarius energy, right, that we are currently in. So let's go ahead and see. Tap me into their energy. I do feel during this full moon and full moon in Aquarius, you guys do need to keep up with your spiritual hygiene. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and tap on in, Divine Spirit. This is going to be for my water signs. My water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Lilith placements. Divine Spirit for my water signs during this full moon in Aquarius. For my water signs. Full moon in Aquarius for my water signs. Okay. All right. So to stop. Okay. So this is going to be you guys' bonus card, which is going to be like a theme for you as well. All right. Divine Spirit for my water signs. Okay. I heard shuffle one time. Okay. All right. For my water signs, Divine Spirit, what's in store for them during this full moon in Aquarius here? Alright, so before we dive into this deck, let's see what the card was that flipped over. It says, you are on the right path. It says, you have been working hard and we are proud of you. Have control over your emotions and make the best out of this life. That's beautiful. So my water signs, we started off very, very good here, okay? Now, so there was a reason why I did say cleanse yourself here. And I definitely felt like this had more to do with your emotions than your external circumstances, okay? But, you know, it could be other things that pop up, but I definitely felt that. So, you know, first and foremost, water signs, you are on the right path. Okay, wherever you are right now in life is exactly where you need to be. Okay, and during this full moon in Aquarius, I don't know if you're going to start questioning yourself. I don't know if you're going to start doubting yourself. But you need to know that you are on the right path. Okay, your spirit team is definitely, you know, like I said, want you guys to just know just what the card said. Like, you've been working very hard at something and they're very proud of you. Okay, very, very proud of you, and they want you to just make the best out of this life. Okay, make the best out of this life. I feel like something is going to be going on with you guys emotionally here. Let's go ahead and tap on the Divine Spirit. This is going to be for my water signs. Full moon in Aquarius. What's in store for them? For my water signs. What's in store for them during this full moon in Aquarius? For my water signs. What's in store for them during this full moon in Aquarius? And final shuffle. What's in store for my water signs during this full moon in Aquarius? Final shuffle. Alright, overall energy here, we do have the 9 of Wands here. You guys have definitely been working very hard. Some of you guys literally have been working very hard, like your 9 to 5, your business, whatever the case. You guys are tired. You guys are exhausted. You like, shit, I need a break. I need a vacation. Maybe some of you guys going to take a day off. Maybe you guys got vacation that you're going to be taking off during this full moon in Aquarius. Maybe some of you guys are going to be putting some time in during this full moon in Aquarius. However, though, it's like there is a level of burnout here or exhaustion that many of you are going to be experiencing, feeling very fatigued, very tired. You know, again, it wasn't easy for you guys to really kind of get to where you are. You know, it's never easy for us to get to where we need to be. It always requires a lot of hard work and a lot of energy, and then on top of that, with the obstacles that's being presented to us. So some of you guys do feel like you just are up against a lot right now. But the beauty about this, my water signs, is that you keep pushing through. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you know, you may, you know, tweak out with your emotions. You know, we all do sometimes, but you still trying to put your best foot forward here. So that's a good thing here. However, though, during this full moon in Aquarius, it takes some time out to rest. Take a step back here as well. Okay. Protect your energy during this time frame also, just because your emotions may be a little bit off kilter as well, you know. So that's something that I'm seeing here as well. All right, What's in store for my water signs during this full moon in Aquarius? What's in store for my water signs here? And we have the Ten of Swords here. Alright, massive healing is going to be happening here, my water signs. That's where the emotions is also coming from. Massive healing is going to be happening during this full moon in Aquarius here as well. A lot of the hurt and the pain that you've been carrying around, I do see that you're going to be letting that go. You're going to be releasing that energy here as well. For others, I do feel that you may be cutting someone out of your life here during this full moon in Aquarius also, okay? For some of you, you could be cutting out some type of addiction. Okay, or cutting back on a addictive an addiction. All right. What's in store for my water signs during this full moon in Aquarius? What's in store for my water signs here? We do have marriage here. All right, so for some of my water signs, you're going to be getting married. You're going to be talking about marriage. You could be going to a wedding or some type of reception surrounding marriage here as well. Okay, for some of you, there could be a breakup type of situation that could definitely be transpiring here during this full moon in Aquarius here also. I do feel like during this full moon in Aquarius water signs, you may feel like your commitment is being tested. Okay, commitment could be your relationship, it could be a job, it could be your finances, it could be your commitment to keep up with something that you promised that you was going to do as well. So that's something that I'm seeing here. It says your angels. Some of you guys need what you call them, squeeze balls. Yeah, you need one of those, something that's going to kind of help your anxiety. I don't know why I just all of a sudden started doing that. So it says your angels are working with you to maintain, I'll be damned. Your angels are working with you to maintain calmness. Some of you, my water signs, you're going to be kind of restless here. I don't know, just kind of restless in some shape or form. It's like fatigued, tired, but at the same time got energy to do stuff, but then at the same time tired and fatigued. Like, I don't know, it just, I've been there before, so I know the feeling here. So it's kind of like, again, just finding ways to kind of calm yourself, self-soothe yourself as well during this time frame here. So again, your angels are working with you to maintain calmness, respect, and patience for a healthy, long-lasting marriage here. Okay. I definitely feel during this full moon in Aquarius, you know, there's a need to kind of be patient with yourself, patient with the process, patience with other people during this time frame. Also, try not to lose your shits during this time frame as well. Okay, what's in store for my water signs during this full moon in Aquarius? So we do have here the Four of Pentacles here. So for my water signs, you may need to be mindful of your spending during this full moon in Aquarius here as well. For others during this full moon in Aquarius here, your money is going to be kind of tight here. For others here, you could be considering investing in something with your money here as well. All right. It's something that I'm seeing here that goes that commitment here as well. For some, there could be a situation where a job is going to be coming to an end, but you're going to be signing a contract for another job here as well. I do feel, though, there's still a level of comfort that you're going to have in your financial situation, but you would prefer more. Like, it's still a limitation, but it's still a comfort here. And that's going to be for some of you. Okay. For others, like I said, there's massive healing. You guys have been holding on to a lot, okay? For some of you, I feel like there is some unfinished business in a relationship. Like, you know, even if you're in a committed connection right now, I don't want to get too much in that. Check out my love channel, No Lies, Just Love, Love Readings by V. That's where all the love is, but I feel like I need to talk about it because it's coming up here. For some of you guys that's in committed relationship here, it's kind of like, yeah, you're in a relationship with one another, but shit is not resolved. There's shit that's still brewing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's shit that's still brewing. For others, I feel like maybe you already ended a relationship with someone, and I feel that there's this, like, your chest is still heavy, your heart is still heavy about the separation here as well. For others, you may be finding a way to communicate with this person just to get some shit off your chest, or maybe that's how this person's going to feel and going to try to reach out to you as well, okay? But again, this is definitely getting back on a personal you, all about you type of energy. I don't know why I said all about you. So maybe, you know, maybe in a relationship that could be an issue for some of you. Some of you guys may not realize it, and some of you guys realize that you kind of prima donna, all right? That could be for the divine masculine, divine feminine. You are who you are, right? Just own that shit, right? You could be a prima donna, right? So things do need to be about you. And if that's the case, it is what it is. Shit, that's you. Learn how to love the good and the bad parts about you, right? But for others, it's just the opposite. It was something else I was going to say, and I forgot. You guys are the last reading, and I am tapped out, so yeah. So I guess the message for whatever I said was already given. Catch it. If you didn't, don't worry. You didn't even need the message, no way. I digress. Let's keep moving forward so we can close out my water signs here. Full moon in Aquarius. We have rewards, okay? So there's definitely rewards coming. Some of you guys got a lot of points on your apps that you need to start using during this full moon in Aquarius as well. Some of you guys can get some free stuff, okay? Or save tremendously, okay? By utilizing those rewards, okay? For others, you know, maybe that's significant. Maybe you need to do something like that. Like if you shop somewhere on a consistent basis, maybe you need to download the app so you can start. I don't know what that's about here, because I'm also feeling like for my water signs, there's a need for you to find ways to start cutting back a little bit when it comes to your spending. Don't mean that, again, you don't have to. It doesn't mean that, you know, you of course shouldn't pay yourself first. But there needs to be some type of restriction, limitation, boundaries, balance, okay? So that's for somebody. But it says your angels are reminding you of your hard work. You guys really been working hard and determination. But it's time to slow down and enjoy your accomplishments, okay? So make sure during this full moon in Aquarius, you know, you're not constantly on this 9 of Wands energy. Like, well, I did this, I made this happen, now I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to do this. Chill the fuck out. Smell the roses. What have you done thus far? Okay, you just completed something, you just did something, okay, you're going to be doing something. So how do you feel now that you've done that? Like, take a moment and just saturate the energies of, I did that shit, I accomplished that, okay? It is okay to do before you pick up the next thing and run to that, all right? Some of you guys do need, you're going to find out in this healing, like you've been chasing after something, but what you was chasing after was right in front of you all along, all right? But you definitely got some rewards here. I definitely feel your hard work is going to pay off. You could receive a lot of recognition during this full moon in Aquarius for many of you as well, okay? Some of you guys may find some money during this full moon in Aquarius, so, you know, keep your head on a swivel. All right, my water signs full moon in Aquarius. We do have the 7 of Pentacles here. I definitely feel during this full moon in Aquarius, for my water signs, I don't know, it's kind of giving me like you're going to be comfortable, but money can kind of slow down a little bit. For some of you, there could be a temporary pause in your finances. Again, for some of you, there could be a job that's going to be coming to an end, but that's not going to be for everyone, okay? But again, this could be not getting enough hours, okay, or not getting enough days of the week as well. So just kind of be mindful with your spending here, all right? Is what I'm seeing again. But this is a time of reassessing, reevaluating some things here as well. But this is also a time of planting seeds for the things that you want to grow as well, okay? But just don't overwhelm yourself, okay, with putting too much on your plate, all right? Strong earth energy coming up in this reading here. So you may have strong earth placements here. Divine Spirit, for my water signs, what's in store for them during this full moon in Aquarius? We have enlightenment, okay? So again, during this healing phase that you guys are going to be going through during this full moon in Aquarius, there's a stage of enlightenment. So definitely a lot of aha moments here as well. Epiphanies, illumination to things are going to be revealed to you as well. It says your angels are letting you know of your strong connection to the spiritual enlightenment. The laws of karma are working behind the scenes here, okay? So you guys are strongly connected to your spiritual team at this time as well. So definitely communicate to them, talk to them as well, especially your ancestral energy, okay? The people that you know that's been down here and touched down with you on this 3D. Communicate with them. They can definitely send a word up for you, you know? The scales are going to be balanced. If things feel as very unbalanced in your life and your finances, the scales are going to be balanced. You know, the things, again, patience is going to be needed during this full moon, because they are definitely working behind the scenes. Some of you may not fully see all of those results during this full moon in Aquarius, but know that it's coming here. All right, let's go ahead and close out here for my water signs, full moon in Aquarius. My water signs, full moon in Aquarius, what's in store? Alright, it's time for a break. So my water signs, again, it came up. Give yourself a break. Don't overextend yourself. Don't burn yourself out. You know, give you some me time here. Request a day if you're able to. Take a vacation if you can as well. You know, just kind of like be to self. You know, just chill. Relax. Unwind. Okay? Try not to let people stress you the fuck out, water signs. Alright, so that does conclude your insight on what's in store for you during this full moon in Aquarius. If you're interested in a personal reading with me, spiritualvibrations.org. But until next time, Ashayo.